القرآن للذكر فهل من مدكر.
Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Welcome to lesson number 7. In lesson number 7 we will be continuing the topic of joining two words. So in the previous lesson we done how to join the Hamzatul Wasl, but this lesson will be joining words in general. Now there's a specific aspect of joining words that we'll be taking in this lesson. And before we continue, let's see what's written here. So, all praises be to Allah. Alhamdulillah. This is the phrase for all praises be to Allah. Alhamdulillah. Okay. You have learned the lessons on Hamzatul Wasl. You are now encouraged to go over the lesson again to enhance and solidify the understanding of this special Hamza. As I said in the previous video, you should go over the Hamzatul Wasl lesson again. Even the Idgham, the lessons in part 2, you should go over again. So Idgham, Iqlab, and Hamzatul Wasl. Okay. So we will now continue on to the next lesson of joining words. In this lesson, we will be learning a lesson on joining words. We have already joined many words like the Idgham, sun and moon words, and the Hamzatul Wasl. But this lesson will look at joining words while skipping mad letters and the Hamzatul Wasl. You may have noticed this hitherto. However, this lesson will formalize the learning. Okay. So as mentioned above, we have learned how to connect the following types of words. So words with sun letters, لِدُلُوكِ الشَّمْسِ. Okay. Words with moon letters, لَكُمُ الْفُلْكَ, لَكُمُ الْفُلْكَ. Number 3, words that have idgham letters in them with the noon, noon sakin, al-laysa and may yaqul, and others of them within the group of yarmalun, ya, ra, mim, lam, waw and noon. And words that join two mim, lahum maghfiratun, lahum maghfiratun. And 5 words that join the Hamzatul Wasl with and without the tanween. So either adnin allati or min huthnata. This is where we add the noon in, the extra noon, and this is where we just join it directly. So we have covered quite a bit, alhamdulillah. You should feel happy that you are learning and should be reading the Quran now with relative accuracy by learning what you have learned so far, by reading what you have learned so far. Now we will come on to another type here. Also in prior lessons you may have noticed that sometimes we skip the last written letter or the first written letter of words when we join them. In the lesson on of the sun and moon letters, we skipped the Hamza or the either Hamzatul Wasl or the Hamzatul Wasl and the Lam. Wal malaikatu or washamsi. Yeah, so we can see that the Hamza is being missed here, and here the Hamza and the Alif is, and the Lam is being missed. In the lesson of joining the Fathatain with the Hamzatul Wasl, we skipped the last Alif, so khayra, this one, khayran, this one, and the Hamzatul Wasl of Allah. So khayranillahu, khayranillahu. So we can see that there's a trend setting, that there's actually some letters that we don't read. So in this lesson we will learn that if the first word has a mad letter at the end of the word and the next word has a sakin, either an original sakin or a shadda, then all the letters will be skipped between the last harakah of the first word and the first sakin of the second word. So let's take this as the example. Now I've given this example because this is the one that you will actually have the most letters skipped. So we can have asarrun najwa, asarrun najwa, asarrun najwa. So here we can see that this dhamma is being connected to this noon. So in between we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 letters which we are skipping. 4 letters. The waw and alif of the first word and the alif lam of the second word have all been skipped to join the ra of the first word and the noon of the second word. So this alif, waw, hamza, waw, alif, hamza, lam. Yeah, to join the ra and the noon. To join the ra and the noon. We can see that this is a very extreme example, and it should make it easy for you in the next slide. So here we're going to do some practice, and we can see there's 2 pages and you can see how this works. So in the first word we have ya'lam, and second we have al-qawlu. So this is the first letters that will be skipped, and this is, sorry, the letters from the first word that will be skipped. and the letters from the second word that will be skipped. So in here, we're not skipping nothing because the last one is mutaharrik, meaning it's got a dhamma on it or a haraka. So that's what a dash there. And here we are only skipping the one hamzatul wasl. So we have ya'lamul qawla, ya'lamul qawla, ya'lamul qawla. That goes straight there. So here again, we have nothing being skipped from the first word because the last letter is mutaharrik. But in the second word, because it's a shamsiyah, we're skipping the alif and the lam. Okay? So we have huwa as-sami'u, huwa as-sami'u, huwa as-sami'u. In this example, we can see that the last letter is an alif. Okay? And because the last letter is an alif, we are going to skip this because the tanween is on the lam. So we have to skip this alif and join it onto the first sakin. So the sakin is included within the shadda here. So you can see the alif is being skipped from the first word. And with this becomes rijalan nuhi, rijalan nuhi, rijalan nuhi. Okay. Why did we stretch it? Because you can see there's a med letter here. So a med sign here. So with this one, we can see that we are going to skip the alif of the first word and the hamzatul wasl of the second word. Okay, because it's a moon letter, we are only skipping the hamzatul wasl and we're joining onto the lam. So this fatha of the noon will join onto this lam here. So this will become khalaqana al-arda, khalaqana al-arda, khalaqana al-arda, khalaqana al-arda. In the next example, we can see that the first word khalaqana, just as in the previous word, we will be skipping the last alif. But here we have a sun letter of sin. So we will miss the alif, the hamzatul wasl, and the lam. So this will turn from khalaqana and as-sama'a to khalaqana as-sama'a, khalaqana as-sama'a. And here we have in fi, the next example, fi, so the ya will be skipped and the hamzatul wasl will be skipped because this is a moon letter. So this kasra is going straight onto this lam, and this will become from fi al-arda to fil arda, fil arda, fil arda, fil arda. And the last one is fis sabati, fis sabati, fis sabati. Okay, so you got fis sabati. This kasra is going straight onto the sin, and that's why it's fis sabati. And of course, you have the other example where you had 4 letters being missed in the middle. Why? Because the first one was a verb and it had the alif wiqaya, the alif at the end. Let's just go back so it becomes clearer for you. Here, we've got the waw med letter, this alif which is written for protection of the waw, and then the hamzatul wasl and the lam. So we can have actually 4 letters being missed here as well, but this hardly ever happens. So inshallah, what you can do is you can go to the practice, read this to your teacher, and when they give you authorization, you can move on to the next lesson.
Salam Alykum. Be sure to download your free implementation workbook. We go through it step by step. All the videos correspond with it. We have laid it out very strategically so you can master Quranic Tajweed and Quranic Mastery and implement it while you go along. Okay, so be sure to download this and it will help you on your journey. It's free to download. The link should be in the description. Assalamu alaikum. If you enjoyed this video, guys, please like this video so we know you enjoy it, as we can make more. Please write a comment and tell us what you thought about the lesson. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe now. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.